I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Psalms, chapter 9, and let's focus on verses 15 through 20. The nations have sunk down in the pit which they made, in the net which they hid. Their own foot is caught. The judgment knows the Lord. He executes. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Meditation. Selah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, and do not let men prevail. Let the nations be judged in your sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah. Now, as David said, the Lord is known by the judgment he executes. But judgment is often misunderstood to mean angry vengeance. Indeed, most Christians hold an opinion of God that he was always angry in the Old Testament, always judging meanly. But God never changes. So it's not like, he changed his image at halftime between the Old and New Testaments, only to come out of the locker room this cuddly grandfather that people think that he is today. And it's easy to have this opinion of God if our only source of biblical understanding is to listen to the occasional sermon in the average church. But when we actually take time to read the Bible for ourselves, the Holy Spirit reveals that God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Consider the Jewish prophet Malachi. In chapter 3, verse 6, he says, "For I am the Lord, I do not change. Therefore, you are not consumed, O sons of Jacob." Furthermore, since Jesus is God made flesh, Jesus never changes either. God the Father never changes. God the Son never changes. Hebrews 13, verse 8, Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So throughout the Bible, God judges righteously. He gives grace to the humble and the repentant. He judges and gives them grace. He also rebukes and punishes. He judges the proud and the unrepentant. So which side of that coin would you rather be on? We should all reflect on that. As a matter of fact, David even instructs the musicians to hold a solo section there. There is a word there, hagion, which is a Hebrew word for meditation. And this is where the worshiper is told to ponder God's judgment and his mercy, which should result in the worshiper's praise. He says, Selah, which is think about these things. Again, God is not always angry in the Old Testament. He is also gracious and merciful. So God cares for widows and orphans and wild animals and even foreign refugees in the Old Testament. Psalm 9, verses 9 through 14, the Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. For those who know your name will put their trust in you. For you, Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Sing praises to the Lord, who dwells in Zion. Declare his deeds among the people. When he avenges blood, he remembers them, and he does not forget the cry of the humble. Have mercy on me, O Lord. Consider my trouble from those who hate me. You who lift me up from the gates of death, that I may tell of all your praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in your salvation. Have you put your faith and trust in the Lord? If so, he both cares and he fights for you. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. If you'd like to know more about the gospel, you can go to our website, groundworksministries.com, and there's a great little video presentation of the gospel and also gives you an opportunity to receive it. Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And your giving to Groundworks Ministries transforms lives. Would you consider making a donation to Groundworks Ministries today? Because we need your monthly support now more than ever. Donating is secure and easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. Now, another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. You can share these podcasts with your friends and family and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.